From cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the boss that's here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror premiere. Office gossip, Twitter jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. You jump and jump, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Management schemes and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erica and Marissa have seen it all. From cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror premiere.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to another episode of I Hate It Here. My name's Erica.
Hi, Marissa.
Thank you for hopping on the Hotmess Express.
All aboard. Welcome to the Hotmess Express. Choo choo.
All right, guys, here we go. Today, though, is a very awesome special freaking I Hate It Here because we have a special guest, Marissa.
We do.
We have Airstream Queen is going to be joining us a little bit, and she's going to be giving us tips on dating sites and what we should do, what we shouldn't do, and getting us prepped for that for anybody who's looking for love this holiday Valentine's season, which is not us.
I'm not the demographic here, but okay.
All right, Michelle, let's get the show going. What do you have to vent about? Oh, did I say Michelle?
You said Michelle.
Oh, because I was looking at her. I thought she was waving. I'm sorry. Marissa.
She was just saying hi.
Oh, she's just saying hi. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I thought she needed something. Got thrown off. All right, Marissa, what do you need to vent about?
Oh my God, where to start? This week has been a week. These weeks just don't get better. I thought with the year of January being over, because that was a whole damn year in itself, that things would get better, but it just does not. It's been a week already. And I'm not here for it. I need these weeks to loosen up. I did not plan on 2025, say hold my beer to 2024. We just need a chill year. Like an uneventful year where it's just peace and quiet.
And that's not going to happen. I know. I was looking at I hate it. Like, what am I going to rant about today? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hate it here because, and I can't pinpoint it to one fucking thing. It's everything.
No.
This week is everything. That I like, it's one of those, I fucking hate being an adult week. Like, I want to get my $5 and it disappear. Like into the night and never be seen from again, right? You can't turn on the fucking news. You can't turn on so you can't look at social media, you can't turn on TV, you can't go outside because everybody's talking about the craziness that's happening. At home it's always like, oh, start of or end of the month, ton of bills to pay. First of the month, here we go again. Like, let's start fucking going back to the mine, you know what I mean? And start this month all over again. It's just like crazy after crazy. And it just honestly, this week was I really want to cry. Like, it's been that kind of week.
Yeah, it kicked my ass for sure. 2025 has hands and it's not holding back. And I don't know, guys. I thought seriously, January, I was like, what the
January
fuck?
and all 356 weeks
of January.
Not even days. No. All those were in that month.
All of those were in that 1 month. But I was like, okay, January, everybody's getting back into the swing of things. It'll be fine. Nope. February came in and was like, let me show you January how it's done. And I'm like, no, I don't want January crazy in a shorter span of time, which is exactly what it feels like.
It's
so that is my rant.
Nobody touch anything. Nobody move. Nobody breathe.
Nobody make eye contact. Just look down. Not
I
to
know.
make eye contact with anything.
So it was so funny because of the week I've been having. Coop sent me this like little like blip, and I looked like it was like a little like information snippet like of a story that he saw somewhere about
Okay.
they are called, hold on, I have the like more information on it, but the snippet itself is these it's a Japanese, okay, in Japan. Johatsu refers to people who disappear due to pressures like failed marriages, debt, and job loss. They abandon their lives and live anonymously off the grid. Specialized companies called night movers assist them in vanishing completely. I mean, sign me up. Sign me up. Right? So then I was like, oh my God, is this really a thing? I thought it was really funny, right? So I start looking into what he sent me, and so I pull up all the like more information on them. And it's Johatsu refers to people in Japan who purposely vanish from their established lives without a trace. This phenomenon can be seen all over the world, such as United States, China, South Korea, and United Kingdom. However, it's more prevalent in Japan. So people
Oh.
become Johatsu for a number of reasons, including depression, addiction, sexual impropriety, a desire for isolation. I'm like, that's me, desire for isolation. Like, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to people. I don't want to, like, I just want to live off the grid, right? And then it says sometimes it's used to escape domestic violence, gambling, debt, religious cults, stalkers, employers, and difficult family situation. The shame of it just keeps going, right? So like any freaking bad thing, shame of job loss, divorce, even failing an exam can motivate people to disappear. And then the industry in the businesses that assist the Johatsu are called, I can't pronounce it, the Japanese version of it. Sorry, guys. Even though I have started taking Mandarin on Duolingo.
Okay. You're getting your trilingual on? I like it.
I am. I'm going to be trilingual. I mean, I kind of know Italian. Like I can read it and I can speak some of it. And I was doing that on Duolingo for like a couple years, and then I fell off of it, right? Because it's kind of close to Spanish. But now I'm like, let's try Mandarin. So anyhow, but Japanese and Mandarin, not the same thing. Anyhow, these establishments are relatively, they're the Japanese name I can't pronounce, which means fly by the night shops. Okay, so they're like businesses that help you just disappear. These establishments are relatively accessible and have their own websites. One particular fly by the night shop could charge between $450 to $2,600 for its services, which depend on a number of factors. Which I'm like, $450? I have that.
I'm like, check.
I could get the like least expensive one, the one that's probably going to get me caught. These factors include the amount of possessions, the distance, if it is nocturnal, if it's a nocturnal move, if children are included, and if the client is evading debt collectors. Sometimes people disappear on their own without the aid of the fly by the night shops. They are published guides that can help assist people become Johatsu. Detective agencies are sometimes used to find people who become Johatsu. So, I mean, people are going to be out there trying to find you. So, I don't know if you can disappear fully.
I know.
I know. My fucking family they'd go looking for me. Like, they just wouldn't let me live in peace.
No.
I'm like, it's $450. It's just me and my little dog, Marley. Like, can we just disappear? He's the only one I'm taking.
He's the only one? Damn. Tell me you have a favorite without telling me you have a favorite.
They know it. The dogs know it. And my other dog, my sister is his favorite, so he wouldn't care if I was gone or not. But isn't that crazy that there's actually something that exists like that?
I mean,
yes,
it's not that crazy, right? It's kind of like, it's almost like common sense. Like that would make sense because I could just imagine how many people would want to do that. Because I know I get that feeling at least 5 times a day. Where I'm like, the airport's right there. I could just catch a flight and not come back. But then the mom guilt, whatever. But I don't know, man. I've never and that's something for the chat. You all let us know in the chat. But have you all ever known somebody? Because you hear stories like that, but I've never been like, this person just up and disappeared, and like
But the
no one
dads
ever
who went to
heard
go
of
buy
them.
milk and never came back.
No, I've never somebody who has successfully disappeared like that, I've never met or known of a person.
No, I
They're
haven't
always
either.
known. Yeah, it's always like, yeah, he moved in with that family like 3 blocks down or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
flaunting the new lady and the new
yeah,
6 kids or whatever that he's inherited.
exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
But no, I don't know anybody who's ever pulled a Johatsu. Or, I mean, I might be the first, guys. I might be the tale that you tell. Like, one day she was on YouTube Live, the next day we just never heard from her again.
Where'd she go?
Who knows? Who knows? But I'm totally down for that. So anyhow, that was the type of week I was having, and I wanted to run away, guys. All right. So let's get going so that we can get Michelle up on and talking with us. So that being said, I am going to talk about let's go into the first story. Michelle's going to give us life story, so we'll do like a work horror story. So let's get into that, guys. As soon as I can pull it up, because I'm acting like my mom on her phone. I'm just like touching a bunch of buttons over here randomly. All right, guys. Okay. So here's the story of the day. I work in HR for an insurance firm and have been called in to deal with a dispute that erupted on the contact center floor between 2 agents over a social media incident where an agent looked at another person's screen without consent. Okay. Both are in their early 20s, like they're both early 20-somethings, a good 15 years younger than my children. So I'm feeling a little out of depth on this for the first time I've dealt with anything like this with this social media element. I've been briefed on the situation by a team leader of 2 agents who pieced together what happened from talking to them, people who saw the incident, and what he himself saw. Okay, so 2 agents in a team have been involved in a relationship for a couple of years. We'll call them Sophie and Matt. From what I have been informed, Sophie and Matt are generally not too gross, but often do things like hand holding, kissing each other's hands, foreheads when sitting next to each other. Not at work. Not at work. Yeah, in the workplace. So this is what they were doing last week when another agent, we'll call her Charlotte, was sitting next to Matt. Sophie was coming over to his desk constantly throughout the day. While on her work computer, Charlotte went on Facebook and wrote something to the accord of, "People who can't go a couple of hours without being all over their boyfriend are pathetic and gross." I can't wait for this day to be over, so I no longer feel the need to vomit. So that's what you put on her Facebook, okay? She also sent a message through our internal messaging program to 2 of her good friends, Aaron and Nathan, saying, "Sophie and Matt are about 2 seconds away from banging right here. I'm going to be ill." About 6 colleagues liked the status, and Aaron and Nathan replied to the chat with messages agreeing that Sophie and Matt's PDA is gross. Sophie and Matt and Charlotte are not friends and don't have each other added on their accounts. So I guess certain people at work like the Facebook account. Yeah. And give it a thumbs up. But Matt, I'm sorry, but the friends, Aaron and Nathan, replied to the I am and said they are gross. Correct. Okay? Yeah. Sophie saw this on Charlotte's screen and got furious at Charlotte about it. Based on the way the monitors are set up, Sophie would have had to intentionally have made a point of looking at Charlotte's screen to notice it. Okay. Charlotte told Sophie that she shouldn't have been looking at her screen, and if she chooses to invade someone else's privacy by reading their screen, she can't complain if she doesn't like what she sees.
I'm Team Charlotte right now. Like it is
absolutely gross. Sophie said that in a workplace that rule doesn't exist, and that what Charlotte wrote wasn't very nice, and she should be ashamed. Charlotte replied that you should be ashamed because honestly, what I said is what everyone is thinking. And then it ended up in a shouting match about it. Charlotte apparently was particularly irate about the yelling. I honestly don't know how to handle this. Charlotte wasn't doing anything wrong by being on Facebook, as the company allows reasonable use of Facebook provided it does not interfere with working duties. So they're allowed to fuck around on their phone.
Yeah.
Charlotte was not on a call at this time. She sent and wrote the message status. I think regardless of what you think about Facebook use and work, if the company says it's okay, I can't get mad at Charlotte for being on Facebook. True.
Yeah.
But the rest is where it gets murky. Generally speaking, I do agree with Charlotte that if you read something that isn't intended for you or look over someone's shoulder, you don't really have the right to be mad if you don't like what you see. But this is also in a workplace where computers are generally expected to be for working use. And I don't know if that complicates it. Sophie's also saying what Charlotte did is bullying. There's nothing in the company policy that really covers an issue like this. Charlotte's post is a bit of a gray area because they didn't call out Sophie and Matt by name, but it was clear who she was talking about. But it was also intended for Charlotte's friends, not Sophie and Matt. If Charlotte wrote the status at 9 p.m. that night, it wouldn't really be a work issue. Sophie's also upset that Aaron and Nathan is also upset at Nathan for agreeing with Charlotte. But I feel like I don't have much going on them for when they just agreed with Charlotte, unless, of course, something should be said about them using the internal chat to talk crap about a colleague. But at the same time, that feels a little bit elementary school and trying to force everyone to be friends. I don't want to venture into the territory of forcing everyone to be friends and policing conversations and opinions among my friendship group, among friendship groups, not her group, but among friendship groups. I also can see where Charlotte is coming from in that I also detest PDA and agree that the office is not really the place for it. So I'm worried I'm getting a little bit biased toward Charlotte's annoyance at them. So what's your take on this one?
Honestly, for me, I'd write everybody up.
Everybody's going down.
Everybody's going down. Everybody's getting a write up. If I have to get involved with this bullshit, then everybody's gonna get written up. Charlotte, I mean, you shouldn't point out to people using company. I would not get on Charlotte for what she posted on Facebook because that's her own social media. And if it's allowed by the company, then it is what it is. But using your internal messaging system to talk shit about another coworker, that's where I'm like, okay, you kind of fucked up there, Charlotte, right?
Well, people, how many times do we have to tell people don't use internal like messaging systems to talk shit?
Guys, we see that. And when I see we is, keep in mind, I lead the technology teams in my current role. Management, we see all of that. All of the shit that you put in the chats, the DMs, we see all of it. So please don't do it. It's 100% viewable from a management's perspective.
Yeah, and all that can also be used against you. Like,
100%.
Be smart about it. Like, text each other like you and I used to when we worked at the facility and corporate. We talked so much shit about everybody, but on our personal phones.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not on the company chat.
No, not in the company chat. Never in the company chat.
Never. But to be fair, if they were to ask me to just say this, I'd be like, absolutely. You are retarded. You're stupid. stupid.
But yeah, I'm with you. Like, you can, if they're allowing them to be on Facebook, then you can't get mad about the Facebook post, right?
No, but I would get mad about the IM stuff. Like, the IM stuff is the one that I'm like, okay, Charlie, you fucked up. You're getting a write up. For PDA
Sophie,
over there, for
Sophie and Matt, this is not
PDA.
a fucking, no, this is not your house. This is not your apartment. You're not hanging out. Like, this is a workplace. Learn to be professional and keep your hands, like, it's like we're in first grade. Keep all your hands and feet to yourself. Like, do not invade a personal space. For the love of God, that's crazy.
Absolutely. You just can't. And I think that's where you get them on unprofessional behavior because they are making other people uncomfortable. So that's where you get them at. And it's just like, guys, if you guys keep it up, then one of you is going to go, which is, it's crazy to me that they allow two people to date and be on the same team, because typically that's very frowned upon, right? Like
Mhm.
you can't be on the same team, so that way stuff like this does not happen.
I think it's probably like a telemarketer type of
Yeah,
like
like a
a
call
like
center type.
office or something
Yeah.
where I mean, but even at that, like I guess it can't be maybe they're not on the same team. Maybe they do the same job but are on different teams
Hmm.
and that's okay. But regardless, it's they should be getting written up too. Would you write up the friends for jumping in and seeing that they are gross? The other two coworkers on that work I
Yeah,
am.
everybody's getting rid of. You're down for agreeing on company chat. Everybody. Because then that way nobody can tell you that you're being biased, right? Like
Mhm.
you should not be talking about, creating gossip in the workplace. Everybody gets a write up. So that way nobody can say, well, why didn't that person get a write up? And then it opens up a can of worms.
Got it.
Talk shit, guys, but talk shit outside of the company chat. I
Mhm.
don't care if you yell it across each other. As long as I didn't hear it, I don't care. But
You yell it across at each other.
I really don't care. As long as I didn't hear it or I could pretend I didn't hear it, then I'm good to go. But when it's something like that, you have to address everybody involved, because if you only address one side of it, then you're going to
Mhm.
be accused of being biased and, so you have to just keep it streamlined, and everybody gets a write up in my book. What about you? What would you do?
I'm writing, yeah. Well, I don't know about the two dodo birds that chimed in, but probably yes, because you're right. They also were talking shit on the. I think they just liked it. I don't think they said anything. Hold on.
No, I think they said they agreed. Like, yes, we agreed. It's something like that. It wasn't just like they liked the post. It was
Mhm.
on the company chat that they said they agreed.
Yeah. So I mean, I think they. Yeah. I mean, if they replied to the messages, yeah. If they replied, they're going down. Everybody, yeah,
Mhm.
everybody should be written up. But like
Absolutely.
again, no PDA in the office. Get it together. Don't use company fucking technology to talk shit. I just come on, zillennials, get it together.
Seriously, get it together.
But what are we talking about? There was people in our age group that were using internal IMs when we worked at the facility
Oh, that's true.
that would talk so much shit in those like
Mm-hmm.
like our messaging system. I'd be like,
Right.
people, first of all, you're only two steps away from the other person that you're IMing. Can you guys just like sneak around and like
Literally.
talk around like the cubicle and talk shit about that person? Why are you doing it on
Yep.
the company technology? But there are a bunch of dummies. Bunch of
Yeah.
dummies everywhere.
But this brings up another point. Why do you guys, I mean, again, I've never done this, but why date with people you work at? I have never found the appeal to it, because if it ends badly, then you're gonna make it awkward for everyone. Now you gotta see your ex at work. Like it's just, I don't know. I've never been a fan of dating people where you work.
No, I mean, and what was it? I saw some like things on like internet making fun of that. Like your work person that you think is a 10 is actually a 5. You're just seeing them every day and you don't, and I guess that's why like company romances start, right? But
Mhm.
luckily I learned the hard way at a very early age and I never did it again. I learned fast not to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always been like a worst case scenario type of person, and I'm like, imagine if we break up, because I mean, let's be realistic. It's not gonna last. Nothing is forever. Uh, Imagine we break up. Now we're both stuck here in this job, looking at each other's faces. Like when I break up with you, you no longer exist. You're dead to me. You died. In my mind, you died. You're no longer alive. And now I gotta look at you. That's it pokes a plot. It pokes a hole in my plot. I can't do it.
I have Johatsu'd out of your life.
Absolutely.
There we
You
go,
are
full circle.
Johatsu. In my story, you were Johatsu. You don't exist anymore.
All right, Versa, do you want to let us know what's going on in the chat?
Yes. So it looks like coming in, it looks like Adam with a recommendation. She should make Charlotte should make that her desktop background. So her Facebook page post. She should make it her background in her wallpaper. Love that. Mia says, "This is why I don't miss going into the office. What high school nonsense, LOL." Seriously, like
I know,
it's
and like
ridiculous.
this cuts down, like working from home cuts down on so much like drama, political
Mhm.
issues happening, it like work politics, I should say, not political, but work politics happening, taking place, because everybody's in their own fucking house. You're not dealing with people face to face. It's not as bad as it is when you're in an office. And I don't know why these companies are forcing everybody back in.
Well, I do think that there's still politics within the workplace. I think that it's just easier to avoid them when you work from home. Coming from somebody who goes to the office now on a daily basis, I can tell you that the politics are always there. It's just you can shut off your laptop and you're done. You're no longer part of it. Whereas in person, it's in your face, right? So definitely harder to kind of maneuver. But in the chat, Adam's saying this is why you keep inter-office dating out of the office in the first place. Yes, I miss the time when people used to date and they work extra hard to pretend they didn't know each other or they didn't like each other, and then it was like, oh yeah, like years later, it was like they got married. Whatever.
Keep it under wraps.
Absolutely. Have a little mystery, guys. Like, not everybody needs to know everything about what's happening in your life at all times. Katie says using the internal messaging to do that is also just LOL. Absolutely. Let's see. Mia says we are super professional at work. At worksies, I would never smooch at work. Michelle says I dated someone from work and we acted like we barely knew each other on the clock. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's exactly what you should do.
Absolutely. James from Pedro says I prefer to hole up in my office and rarely interact with the heathens.
He doesn't mingle with the riffraff.
No. It's like, what are these peasants? Let's see. People agreeing with Michelle. I think this is back to my comment of I don't understand why people date each other at work. Mia says, sometimes shit just happens. LOL. I don't know. I've never met someone that I work with that was hot enough that I'd be like, it happened. Or that I get the, you know what I mean? I mean, you've seen the people that we worked with. Nobody. Nobody. Katie says, I always say don't shit where you eat, but my past self says I'm a hypocrite. I guess she dated somebody she knew. Mia says we all work from home now though. Michelle says, I knew a guy from high school. We lost touch after high school. We started working together 10 years later. We were in different departments, so I didn't see him there every day. Okay, well that's different.
Yeah.
That's completely different. Yeah.
I, however, would stoop low and find some way to find like revenge on this smoochy girl. What was her fucking name? Sophie? If I was Charlotte, like, because you and I love a revenge tactic. And
we do.
And I think Adam threw one in there right in the beginning, which is gonna loop us right into what we're gonna talk into next. Guys, again, my little Chinese spy works so hard for me on TikTok and bringing me content that I didn't even know I needed. So I found this content creator who is an actual attorney, and she gives you ideas on how to get revenge on people.
Ooh, from an attorney? I love
but it's not legal advice. She gives you the disclaimers that we'll see in the beginning, but she gives a lot of, I'm going to say the majority of the revenge tactics that she gives are dating, but they're amazing. So eventually I'll pull up one of her dating ones, but this is more of a like dating and work one. So let's watch the video so we can see, because I thought this was brilliant.
To another edition of Revenge Ideas from a Lawyer that won't get you arrested, probably. It's nice to see you. Before we get started, I have to say that this is not legal advice, and I strongly recommend against you doing any of the things I'm about to tell you. Do you hate your boss? Do you hate coworkers? Do you wish you could drive them insane every moment of the day, every day, until they lose their minds? Then boy, do I have an idea for you. It is simple, it is sweet, it is to the point, and best of all, it requires minimal effort from you. We're talking about the annoyatron. That's right, for the low price of $22.99, you can hop on Amazon and get this little baby device that will drive your coworkers insane. Basically what it is this little tiny device that you can tape anywhere in the house, office, store, restaurant, wherever, and in random intervals that you can preset, anywhere from 1 to 45 minutes, it'll make either a chirping noise, a beeping noise, a cricket noise, a scream, which I really love. And it's almost impossible to find out where these come from because they set off at different volumes, which I absolutely adore. And really, when you think about it, this isn't limited to the workplace. You can put this anywhere. Your soon-to-be ex-boyfriend's house, your mother-in-law's house. The only limits are your imagination. Whoever your victim is, they will hear a random chirp or a cricket noise, or like I said, a scream. They'll hear it once and be like, that was weird. Then they'll hear it twice, 3 times, a million times, and they will have no idea where it is coming from. And the best part is that they come in packs of like 3 to 5. So you can put multiple annoyatrons all over your victim's face, which is amazing because they will search high and low for the source of this noise and they will find the first annoyatron after like weeks of searching. They will think they have finally solved their problem. And when they think they finally found peace, they will hear another chirp, another beep, another scream, and they will lose their minds because they still have 2 to 4 more annoyatrons that they have to go find. And if this is somebody whose house you still have access to or office you still have access to, you get to watch the madness unfold and act completely innocent. Like, no, dearest mother-in-law, I have no idea where that absurd noise could be coming from. And because they're so cheap, as soon as the first 3, 5, whatever are discovered, you can keep planting more forever. This is truly a revenge idea that has no expiration date.
How brilliant is that? How brilliant, right?
I love this.
So of course, I had to jump on Amazon and see what is this annoyatron. And
Okay.
let's watch, guys. How fucking great is that, right? Love it.
I'm
And
immediately thinking of where I would put these. I'm like, I could put one in the air duct, I could put one in the attic, I could put one in the restroom.
And from what I was reading on this,
Mhm.
this one was $13.99. It's only one. I liked this one because it does different noises. So it goes from the chirping to the beeping to like a scream. The scream would be amazing to put somewhere, right? And it lasts for 3 years, guys. 3. The battery life on it. Yes. So if they don't find it, they're going to find little beeping, chirping, screamings for 3 fucking years. So, what am I going to do, guys? I'm going to link it for you. I'm going to link this for you on our Instagram. And I put it up on our little Amazon storefront, which I forget we have.
We actually,
Oh, Marissa froze. But we actually have an Amazon storefront that we put up these like fun little like office giveaways. Oh, you see, Marissa's really frozen. Oh, there she is. Okay. There you go, Marissa. Can you, oh, I don't know if she can hear us or not. We've got
no,
tech
I can
issues.
hear
going.
you.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We just can't see you.
Okay. Messing with my Wi-Fi. Give me a minute, but I can hear you all.
Okay. Well, I'm going to remove you for a quick bit and then add you on when I see you pop up. But anyhow, guys, we have an Amazon storefront that I completely forget that we have, and I have put it on there. On there, we also have like the little finger bourbon glass that I use often, and like pens that say "fuck this" and just like nonsense stuff if you want to give for like novelty gifts, right? So definitely will. It's in the Amazon storefront now, but I will also put it on our stories because let me tell you, I'm using this revenge tactic, and it is. I love it. I love it. I will be. I did see multiple packs, like she said, about these. However, it was more of like the cricket ones, and like I said, I personally like the screaming, the screaming part of that. All right, guys. So, you know what? Let's get into. Oh, Marissa is still gone. Let's. Is she still having tech issues? She is. Hey, Marissa. Oh no, what's happening? Okay, let's give her a second. The train has gone off the trails, guys. The train has gone off the trails. Give us a quick second. Yay, you're back. I knew that video was going to come in handy one of these days. I knew
One
it.
of these days, and the day was today.
And I was just dying to use it. So I was like, okay, but she's having tech issues, and we're using that train that we've had forever.
Yes.
All right. Okay, guys. So here is the moment we've been waiting for. Let's get Airstream Queen up here so she can give us some dating tips. Hey, Michelle.
Hi, everybody.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for hopping on. You and I have been
Yes.
talking about doing this for quite a while now.
Yeah.
And
while.
it's so funny. I wanted to do it last month when we did the morning after, which was actually just last week or the week before. Yeah, just last week. I can't keep,
Last
you
week,
guys know I can't do calendar math. I'm horrible at that. Anyhow, but I'm telling you, the month got away from me and I didn't have time to properly set up some time with Airstream Queen for her to jump on with us. And I don't want to send her something last minute. Like, oh my God, the show's like tomorrow. Can you hop on and talk to us about this? But the funny thing is, the universe cracks me up sometimes because I didn't want to send her a last minute like invite, right, to come on our show and have her unprepared for it. What happens? The morning after show was on a Tuesday. I hopped off, and our show got on to 3 the hard way because they're on right after us. And lo and behold, guess who's filling in for Gentry while she's called out sick? Airstream Queen.
Michelle.
So I was like,
With
she was
3
bound
hours
to
notice.
she was bound to be on a show regardless. The universe had plans for you.
I was. Yes.
So
And I
fun.
had a blast. I had so much fun.
I know you did such a great job. So I'm so stoked that you're on our show, but
Thanks.
our show is going to be a little different because you are going to be giving us some dating tips
Yes.
on how to set up our profiles, what to do, what not to do. Because like Helen, you have not given up on getting on these sites and dating these. I don't. I'm trying to be nice.
These people.
These
Meeting
gentlemen. These
these
gentlemen.
gentlemen that you do and just are still out there trying to find the love, right? Trying to
Yes.
find, because I
I'm
would have been
trying.
out a long time ago. And then this month
I
was
have turned
perfect.
off the apps and turned them
Oh,
back
you
on again.
did?
I've given
You're
up.
done?
So it's just often. No, I've turned them off in the past and then gotten back on
Okay.
because when you scroll through enough and it's just like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. But I'm back
Okay.
on.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So then again, I'm like, it's also February. And it is statistically known that right before New Year's Eve and also December, the end of December, January and February have high enrollment in these dating apps, right? Because people are trying to find love for New Year's Eve. In January, I guess, is December, January, like this cold seasons are cuffing seasons. And then of course there's Valentine's. So right before Valentine's, you're gonna give us the do's and don'ts on what to do on a dating site. Gentry, pay attention.
Special shout out.
Yes, she was trying to convince me to get on them with her. She's like, it'll be so much fun. I'm like, no, ma'am. No. I have said no to the dating apps, and I'm like, I will go. Like, they do have like these like mixers and stuff around Houston where you actually meet people face to face. And I'm like, because she's like, we need this for content. And I'm like, I will go to the mixers, but I won't do the dating sites.
Okay.
Okay. So, but what should Gentry do? How should she set up her profile? Give us some do's and don'ts.
Yes.
I don't know what to tell Gentry to do. I know what to tell the men not to do.
Oh,
Because
okay. Well, then,
I don't swipe on like women's profiles. I only see mine.
wait.
So
Okay.
I
Yes,
don't
but
know.
you get a lot of hits. A lot of men are always like reaching out to you. You do get a lot of people responding.
She's
So
like,
like,
of course I
is there
do.
anything
Like, yeah.
special that you put on your profiles? Like, is it just normal down to earth stuff? Are you putting thirst traps? What's going on?
No,
What's your
I'm not a
strategy?
thirst. No, I wouldn't put thirst traps. If you want to find someone, if you truly want to find a partner, I wouldn't really put thirst traps, because the men are going to see those and think it's just like a one night type of thing. But they typically say to do, pictures of your face, of course, but then a full body shot, well, that sounded bad, a full body picture. um, and a picture doing something you enjoy, because then they can say, oh, she golfs, I love to golf, so let's do that. But I mean, I can tell you, just try it. You'll see it's a cesspool. and then you'll leave. I do like the idea of the in-person ones, but I live in such a small area that we don't really have that option. So if I was to tell men, I can tell you my pet peeves. So men, don't do this. So when you set up a profile, some of them hide their face, like they have barely any like identifying characteristics, or sometimes no picture of their face at all. It's like their dog. No woman is going to swipe on that. They're not. So
might
have
for
at
a
least
dog.
3 pictures.
That
To
dog.
be fair, if the dog is cute,
Okay. You're right. Okay. So maybe they're holding the fish, right?
I don't
Because
know,
all
that
the
doesn't
guys
matter.
in my area,
No.
they're all holding dead fish, because I live in the North Woods area. So, and there's a place to do a bio. So you tell a little bit about yourself, what you like to do, or, just little things about yourself. And so many men it says, just ask. Like, if
ask
you
what?
want to know anything about me, if you want to know anything, just ask. It's like, can
You're
you
like,
put a
sir,
little
first of all,
effort? It just,
your face isn't that interesting. That's making me want to just ask.
Yeah.
right. And all the guys post pictures from down below. So the picture they post, so many men, they're all just looking down at the camera, which isn't the super, which not a very flattering angle. Guys, go to your girlfriend or your sister, not girlfriend, female friend, I should say, or your sister-in-law, and say, will you help me? Help me set up my profile. Take a picture of me that's good, where I look good, ask for help. Don't just take a picture from down below. And
But why do that though?
No.
Because that's like the most unflattering angle that ever lived, right? Like, how can people do that and be like,
I don't know.
That's the one.
And another thing I'd say don't do is, so many men they're looking for their partner in crime. It 80% of the profiles I look at, they say, I'm not kidding. That's not even an exaggeration.
Crime.
Looking for my partner in crime.
The
It's,
I
sin
think
to
it
their
depends
Nancy.
What crimes are we committing? Are we robbing banks? Are we? What is the crime?
if they went into detail about the crimes, that's fine. Then I might decide to be in or out. But no,
Exactly.
they all just say, I'm looking for my partner in crime. Some of it, that's the only thing they put in their bio that's supposed to be about themselves.
Oh.
And here's another thing that I have a question about that I want some information on from you guys in the chat. The word
Uh-huh.
loyal. Tons of men use the word, they're looking for a loyal woman in their, for what they want. And
Mhm.
loyal is something I would say about a dog. So what do you guys think? What is a man, and for the
They've
men,
been cheated
what
on.
do you right,
Or they're
but
the
it
cheaters. They're
can't
the
be
cheaters.
that many. They could be.
Mhm.
But what does a man mean when he says loyal? That's what I want to know from the guys. And then what do you guys think?
I don't know,
Loyal,
Erica?
looking for a loyal woman.
So I see Katie and Paris put in dude is controlling, and that's controlling. Kendall, these hoes ain't
That's
loyal.
what I thought.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, like, how many girlfriends have cheated on? I mean, I don't know why I have to. Maybe they're. I would think that they're also like, when people tell you, like when you're at work, like, oh my God, be careful with the gossip here, the work gossip, and they're the work.
Mhm.
They're the ones who are the gossips. I think
Yes.
they're putting be loyal
Projection.
because they're
Yeah.
a bunch of cheaters. But I mean, I don't know why like loyal. Like I don't.
I just read Edmund's.
Oh, sorry. Gonna have to swipe right on you. I'm not a loyal person. Like,
Right. And there can't be that many men that have been cheated on, that it's in so many profiles. They can't all have been cheated on.
let's see, what were they else are they
So,
putting in the
yeah.
chat?
Oh, so it looks like Dimitri says, if you're for the streets, no need to apply. I want James and Pedro. I want a loyal partner in crime. So tying the two together. Love that.
We're both going down.
Yep. These hoes ain't loyal. These dudes controlling. Pat says these are likely AI generated, so they're not doing it themselves. They're doing the AI generation. But
Which-
there was a
No,
question
they're
though.
not.
Well, because if it's a lot of them that put the same thing, it might be like a AI prompt, and it just gives them like put something like this, and that's what they go with. I think that's what he's saying.
Terrible.
Oh, okay.
But there was a question in the chat. Adam said, "How recent of a picture?" So when you were talking about the type of pictures that they put on their profile, how recent of a picture should they have in their profile?
I would say if your looks haven't really changed, then I would say 3 years, even 3 to 4 years. What's
Why
so
are you
funny?
laughing?
Because I'm
Why
thinking,
are you laughing?
I'm thinking of this lady that we used to work with. I'm sorry. But she was like in her 50s. And well, there's two people that I'm thinking of. One lady that was like in her 50s, and all her like advertisement, like everything that she would do for her business was a picture of her in her 20s. Like it was so crazy.
Yeah. It was like
That's
you
so
would look
dumb.
at the ad, and then you would look at her in person and be like, "That's not the same person. Is that your daughter? Like, who is that person?" It was wild.
It was so wild. And then there was also a coworker that we had and at corporate, and his like picture, because they would make us add pictures to our profiles and to like everything that like any computer, like work technology, I should say, like our emails, our Slack message, like everything had to have your picture because we all work remotely, right? So there was this coworker that we had who put this picture of himself, and he looked like the photo that he had himself was, guys. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dawson's Creek. Do you remember that show? Well, the dad of Dawson's Creek was kind of like a big guy, like handsome looking man for that time. Like he was, good looking. And so he kind of resembled that man, a little Henry Rollins, I should say, kind of looking. Right. So he had that picture as his like profile picture. And then one day I hopped into a meeting with him and I was like, no, sir. He looked like David Cross. So you guys just Google those pictures later. You'll understand why I'm cracking up, because there's two completely different looking people. And I was just like, no, sir. So yes, guys, a year to tops.
But
Yes,
if you
haven't
looks
changed
have
much,
changed. But even in those 1 to 2 years, if your looks have changed dramatically, just get a good picture with a good lighting. You don't want to have
and no
to these meetings.
filters. Don't.
Yes.
Men are using filters on theirs?
Yes, so bad, like super filtered, where they look like a cartoon almost. Like jawlines change, but you can still see the jawline, the real one. Yes, yes. Men are using. I mean, I'm sure women are too, but I try to not, like,
Catfish.
I might, blur out a zit or something if I have one. But no, I try to not, because I don't want anybody to be disappointed when they meet me. I don't want to walk in and they'll be like, oh, she doesn't look anything, So I try to make my profile a little worse than than I really am.
So they're like,
So then
damn,
they're
she's even
pleasantly
better in real life.
surprised.
I like it.
So anyway, and try be funny. Try be a little bit funny. If you're a funny person, try be a little funny in your profile. Yeah.
All
That's
right.
the tips I have.
I like it.
I do have, if there's time, I have
Yeah.
a couple more things.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I want to just talk about one guy that I found. I like to find out who they are. I do like a deep dive, like, to try and find out who these guys are before I match with them. And there's something called Minnesota Court Case Records Online. So you can look up anybody who's been arrested or had a court case. You can read the files, and I dive deep. So one guy was, he had 20 arrests. 20.
Only?
And some of them were burglary and aiding and abetting a separate burglary. And he had an order for protection against, or his girlfriend had filed one against him. And so all of these things, like 7 seatbelt violations, he never learned. He got 7 seatbelt violations. And that's, so obviously he's kind of obstinate and doesn't like authority. But so, I mean, I almost matched with this guy. He was, good looking and, decent profile. And I almost matched with him, but I thought, ooh, I better look him up just in case. And there was a couple other things that were just not the kind of guy I'd want to be with. I don't want to be with anybody who has an order for protection from his previous girlfriend.
No.
I feel like at that one we should have been like, nope, not at all.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
That's crazy.
So, and I think there was disorderly conduct. He was sued by several banks, fleeing police officer, uninsured vehicle and driving after revocation, and 2 felony theft arrests and criminal damage to property. So
wow.
yeah, that was Luke.
So he's really looking for his partner in crime.
He really is a
He
loyal
literally-
partner in crime.
Literally.
His loyal partner in crime. That's what he was.
Yes. And then this one is shorter. This is Dan. He has 3 DUIs, 2 divorces, and 1 criminal vehicular homicide.
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
look
And
at
you don't
Dan.
find this
That-
stuff out.
Dan is not letting life bring him down. He's still out there looking for love.
He's out there. He is. So, but I did
Wow.
share some pictures of some other fellas.
And these are fellas that have contacted you, correct? Reached out to you.
They are guys that have either liked me on there or I've just come across them as I'm swiping and was not interested.
Okay, so let's
Okay.
add. I'm bringing on the first one. So there's Dale.
Okay, so Dale, great so far, farmer, you know,
Carp-
probably has a
Hold on.
successful.
Go back up.
Hold
I
on.
snorted.
Hold on, I get mine.
And then there's a picture. I did send
Okay,
a
Marissa, what
picture,
did you
a
wanna
still
see?
shot of it too.
No, I couldn't get past the carpenter.
He's the like Jesus.
Yeah, farmer Carpenter.
Farmer carpenter.
Yep.
I don't know what that is. Never heard of that. Looking for someone
Yep.
to enjoy life with. Looking for friendship, long-term relationship, farmer. Never. Okay. And then we got that horrendous tattoo. Okay.
Horrendous. What? It's so bad. Faith, family, and
Wow.
farming. What else could you need?
The 3 F's.
But
I feel
my
kind of bad, but
I know.
seriously, this guy,
you put that out there.
He's
You
so
put that out there,
proud.
Michelle.
he did. And I mean, there's some things that you can just, keep back. For when you know somebody a little bit better, you don't have to show them that right away.
Mia just put he has live, laugh, love on the front.
I know.
That is freaking hilarious. All right, tell me when
Yeah,
to jump
so-
into the.
So we can move on to the next one.
Okay, I thought there was more about this guy. Did he? And what did he? He just reached out and was like, "Hey, my name's what's his name again? I forgot it already. Daryl."
Dale.
Dale.
Yeah. No thanks. No thanks.
Okay, let's move
I'm
on
sure
to the
he's
next.
a great guy. And have he? Yeah. We can move on.
I'm sure he's a great guy. So here's Joe, 47, and just looking for friendship.
Joe is. Do you think Joe's really 47? So many men lie about their ages. Look
know.
at it.
Was he trying to be funny? Does he
I
have
mean, it
any
looks
other
like he
pictures?
fell in his nursing home and bruised his hand. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Maybe he forgot the
You
one.
guys, these
Or
are real
147.
men that are in my area on the apps. And
Hitting you up.
how does he
Hitting you
think
up.
he's gonna?
I
Yeah,
need to
I mean,
know.
And then a lot of them.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say a lot of them just say friendship because they're like, oh, I don't want to scare her off, or I don't want, whatever. They don't like commitment, so they come after you on the friendship side. But yeah,
Joe,
Joe's
if you look
47.
like that, no, Joe, I'm sorry, but if you look like that, you don't got time for friends, my guy. You
So is Joe like
he
is,
needs to be
is,
writing his will and testament.
is he trying
Absolutely.
is Joe trying to be like funny? Are there other pictures of him?
I
Or is
don't
it-
remember because I just did a screenshot and no thanks.
Moved
I
on.
swiped away.
Yeah.
Is that White Roland? Is that
I didn't mean put that one on there.
Chappie
I just
said,
accidentally.
I'm sorry, but it was really funny.
All right, let's move on.
We love Roland. We love Roland.
Okay.
And this, it looks innocuous. It doesn't, but what if you look close enough, the man's in jail.
I was
That is a
gonna
bunk.
say, is that a bunk bed?
Yes, that's a bunk bed. And I used to work in detention centers, and I immediately could tell that's he's wearing the gray sweatsuits that they all wear.
Wow.
He
I
snuck
will
a
say,
phone in.
Michelle, I will say the eyebrows though are on point. Like I saw the eyebrows and then I saw the bunk bed in the back.
I'm dying right now. When you
Yeah.
said this, at first I was like, wait, and then I was like, oh shit, this guy's in jail. And then I noticed the gray sweatsuit as well. I'm like, look at him, not letting life knock him down. He just still looking for
Yeah.
love on Bumble, like me.
I don't know how they get cell phones in jail, but he got one in there, and he was determined to be on Bumble.
He just needs a little time. Ah, this
Oh
is
my god.
wild. I'm so like I'm so certain that there's women that are actually replying to him.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. All right, let's keep
Yeah,
going. Let's
and-
the last gentleman that reached out to you. Sorry, guys, I couldn't do photo by photo because I had to put out whatever. There we go. Married, cheater, narcissist, believe I'm entitled to a woman's body.
Yeah. Yep.
I am so grossed out.
I don't even have words. He's honest. He must be a sociopath. He must be a sociopath. Something, right? I mean, allegedly. Sorry, Damien, 46.
No,
But
fuck that
he's
guy, Michelle. Don't be sorry.
But he's
I
looking
know,
for
I'm just
friendship,
covering
guys.
my-
He's just looking for friendship.
See, that's the thing. They often do that. Yeah, married, cheater, narcissist. and
Of course,
entitled to
doesn't
a
show
woman's
his
body.
face.
Of course not.
No. Yep.
No.
No.
But to be fair, I mean, I
Sad.
don't think that there's anything that he would be proud of anyway with that type of information. So I
Or
think he
with
did
that
all of us a favor.
with that t-shirt on, also caught you staring at my Peter. No.
Yes.
No, sir, you couldn't
So
even pay me
bad.
to look at that.
No. Mm-mm.
And these
So-
are just, have they reached out to you, or these are just people that are on the site that you've seen?
Some of them have, like, the first guy, but then the other ones I just saw on there and screenshotted them.
So
So
me,
that's welcome to the pool I get to choose from.
well, I have to give
Aw.
you the new app that Mia told me about. It's called TEA. And I was gonna give Helen this homework to do last time for the morning after, but of course, because I am who I am and the month got away from me, I was like, I did do it. So I was like, you know what? Let me look into it, because it is similar to the Facebook group. Are we dating the same guy? Right? So on this app, you go in there and you post a picture of the person you're dating. And you ask, does anybody know about this person? Or if you do, like, what tea do you have on him? Like, what do you know about him? So got on there and I was looking through, and like, people will red flag it, green flag it. There's some guys with like 20 red flags in there. I was
my God.
yeah. And so this site is making it safe for women, right? Like, they were really, and I'm so about that. Like, good for you
I love this idea.
for doing
Mhm.
that. I
Yeah.
was going to screenshot some of the red flags. Like, I wasn't going to show their faces, but I was going to show you some of the red flags and the comments that people were putting on there. But you can't
Yeah.
screenshot. Like, when you screenshot, it blacks it out. So you can't share with other
Information
people.
from
Yeah,
in
you
the
can't share the
okay.
information. So it's like protecting women and the people who posted about the gentleman, or not gentleman, or the person who's on there. But it is, ladies, if you're out there dating, if you're out on these streets, I highly recommend that you download this app. I was like, maybe I couldn't screen record, I couldn't screen grab, but it is
Mhm.
so interesting. I went down like the little rabbit hole of some of these guys, like domestic violence, a lot of cheaters,
Oh my
a lot
gosh.
of people pretending that they have money, but they're actually what are they called? Not hobosexual, I think is a term.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
where they're looking for homes.
Oh, oh, I thought that had a different meaning, but okay.
Yeah, they're just and I think I learned this terminology on one of Gentry shows, but they are just out there like trying to hook up with somebody because they have nowhere to live.
Yeah.
So they become instant
I met
roommates
one.
and you cannot shake them off.
You
But
did?
oh,
I
you
did.
had one?
Mm-hmm. I did. And it
And
was
how did,
really bad.
for how long?
It was like a few weeks. I mean, it
Oh,
wasn't
shit.
bad the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
yeah, it ended up that he was using drugs in my bathroom, and then he was
Oh my gosh.
snorting Adderall. So, and then he almost hit me. I've never been hit in my life. I've never been any, and he. I'm shocked that he didn't hit me that night, and I made him leave. Yeah, like I told him I was going to call the cops if he didn't leave, and then a rehab center came and picked him up and took him away. It was crazy.
Oh my God. I am so
Wow.
sorry that you went through that. That's crazy. So,
Yeah.
like, you went on a
Now
couple
do you
dates
see
with
why
him?
I deep dive?
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
absolutely.
wouldn't leave. He wouldn't leave. And I worked
And
at
like
home,
it was
so
a couple dates, and then he spent the night, and
He
then just
just
never.
like
Like, how
left
did?
or
he yeah, he knew my neighbor, and so he would go to her house a couple of times, but we were in a building, so he was never gone. And I was a little naive in the beginning, but then the last entire week when it was really bad, did not leave.
That is
So,
so crazy.
yeah,
see
crazy.
what I mean? I couldn't do that. I go to
Yeah,
jail immediately. I'd be in jail.
yeah.
So I'd be in
Wow.
jail.
Well, I'm glad that you are safe and nothing
Oh,
ended up happening
yes.
to you. That is so crazy.
Yep,
That
that's
is so
why I
crazy.
look everybody up on the court cases.
I totally
Yeah.
100% understand why you do that now. And ladies, again, the app is called T. Go out there, download it if you are dating. Somebody was asking, James is asking, do they have a T
Mhm.
group about women? Oh shit, I think when I signed up, no, I think it was just men. I'm sure there's probably one for women. I don't know.
Something. Yeah.
Maybe they're similar,
Yeah.
but I haven't looked. I just looked this one up because Mia called it to my attention. But definitely do your deep dive on Daryl's and these Eds out there. But Michelle, thank you so
Yeah.
much for hopping on here,
Yes.
giving
Thank you. It was really fun.
our audience the do's and don'ts on their profiles, giving them some hot tips.
Yes.
Do not put loyal, do not put partner in crime on there. Make sure you have recent pictures. Do not be holding up dead animals. Do not just have pictures of your dogs. Do not have pictures of your children. I don't know if you
No.
called that out,
Lots of men do.
but no.
No.
Lots
Don't
of
do
them.
that.
Do they have,
Yeah.
do people put a lot of pictures with their like recent exes or no? Like females or like to scratch out
Like
their
with other, yeah.
or no?
They're scratched out of the picture or cut out.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, great insight, Michelle. Totally
Yes.
appreciate you hopping on here and sharing with us.
yeah,
We will
it was
have
a
to
blast. Thank
like
you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to keep us up to date on some of these crazy men that are reaching out to you
Yeah,
from
more
prison.
stories.
Don't put up the picture from your bunk bed in prison. Just
Yeah,
normal.
it's pretty easy.
All right, guys. Well, thank you, Michelle. We appreciate you. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
thank
and
you.
we'll have you back soon. Thank you.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. So there we go. There we have
Woo.
it. Another crazy episode of I Hate It Here. We learned, what did we learn?
Oh.
So many things this episode.
So many. I think she got great insight for the guys to put a good profile. We learned, so much. Again, I don't do dating profiles or none of that ever, but I didn't know that was a thing and all the do's and don'ts. So definitely, and also that app. So definitely do your homework. If you are dating, do your homework on people. Don't just meet up with strangers because it's a crazy world out there. So do your homework on people.
We also learned do not use work IMs, which I think the majority of us who have critical thinking skills knew not to do that. Don't be do like no PDA in office. Keep that at home. And we also learned about the annoyatron, which I will be posting on the I Hate It Here stories with the link if you guys want to purchase. And just, I think that's one of the best revenge tactics that I've seen. And
I need to figure out how I'm going to use this because I can't leave this one just in the sidelines. I need to use it somehow. So I will be plotting away this weekend on how I'm going to use it.
I mean, and I know we're not supposed to be using Amazon, but we need that express delivery on it. I mean, they're not selling that. They're not selling that at Costco.
I know.
We're supposed to go. Maybe we'll request it. We'll request Costco to put it on. All right, Marissa, how can they get a hold of us?
Absolutely. So if you all want to get a hold of us and collaborate and jump on a show the way Michelle did, or be a part of the morning after, or just spiral with us on one of our shows, you can always reach out to us on our Instagram account, and our handle is
at I Hate It Here HQ.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much. Any other housekeeping items, Erica?
Yes. Look at me. I have dates in the calendar. I'm going to be more organized this month, even though this week kicked my ass and I just want to Johatsu. We learned about Johatsu.
Johatsu. Yeah.
The most important lesson of all. So
that was up there.
If we're not back next week, Marissa, you and I paid $450 and we have Johatsu.
Absolutely. 100%.
But if we're back, then that means that we'll also be back on the 20th when we have Fluggy back for another installment of Go Flug Yourself.
Yes.
Where he will be bringing us up to date on all things millennial, zillennial, and stuff that we need to be hip to. But then we'll have Helen on the 25th for another episode of I Hate It Here the morning after, where she dropped the bomb on us last week that the dates that she went on that ditched her was supposed to take her on the sex party, right?
Yes.
Ditched her, then hit her up for rent, is now her roomie.
How we got there, I have no idea.
I'm still flabbergasted.
I'm still flabbergasted.
So we have that to catch up on. And then on the 27th, we are going to have our guest is going to be Keep Calm Collie, who is going to give us another crazy life horror story of his that he's been dying to share. So again, guys, if you want to hop on and again, like Marissa mentioned, if you want to hop on and have a segment with us, talk about anything, please reach out to us so that we can get you scheduled. And we'd love for you to be a part of the show.
Absolutely.
So that's it, y'all. Thank you so much. And everyone have a good night.
Bye, y'all.
Printer jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. You chose a joke code, we can relate. Welcome to work life. Erica and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears. Erica and Marissa have seen it all, from cubicle fights to the bathroom stall balls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here, so grab a seat, it's horror premiere. Office gossip, printer jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erica and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears.